Namaskar. I'm Harpreet Kaur and I welcome you all to our live and interactive session on virtual labs. You are watching us live on PM eVidya channels 6 to 12 and also on our YouTube handle NCERT Official. The topic that we have taken up today is demonstration of simulation to show stomata in leaves. Well friends, this topic is taken specially for class 7 students and the subject is biology, as you have guessed by now, and we are going to show you a simulation. We are going to show you our page and we'll also talk about the theory portion. There are some self-evaluation questions as well, but I'm sure that you must be having a lot of doubts, a lot of curiosity. So please feel free to get in touch with us. Our phone number is 8800440559. Email ID is diksha.training@ciet.nic.in, and on our YouTube handle NCERT Official, you can send us your questions, suggestions and of course your feedback. First of all, it is very important to know what virtual labs are. So it is an online application tool that allows you to perform simulations across various disciplines to understand the concept in a very nice manner. I mean to say that there is hands-on experience. We get experiential learning. Through virtual labs, we can perform simulations n number of times without having any fear of failure. All we need is a stable internet connection and an IoT device, and we can perform these experiments at our own pace, space and convenience. There are different medium of instructions available. So yes, as per NEP 2020, you can learn in your preferred language. And today, we are going to perform this simulation which is related to biology. And what are we going to learn here and how virtual labs can help us understand the concept better? For all this, we have our expert in the studio. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Upasana Sharma, Academic Consultant from CIET NCERT, New Delhi. Ma'am, namaskar and very warm welcome to you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, we have been telling our viewers about virtual labs, and by now they know that virtual lab is a free of cost tool which is extremely accessible and of course help us perform simulations and understand the concepts. But when it comes to certain concepts that are generally performed in real surroundings or physical laboratories, then is that a challenge? Because the experiment that we are going to learn today, stomata. First of all, we need to understand what exactly stomata is and what are its functions. So tell us, what exactly stomata does in a leaf, and can we understand this entire experience through virtual lab?
Yes, definitely. See, there are certain parts in all green plants which play a very important or essential role in the various life processes. Same stomata play a very important role. So stomata are basically the tiny minute pores which are present on the epidermis of the leaf.
Okay.
Regarding the function of stomata, they are helpful in the gaseous exchange and also they are helpful in removal the excess amount of water through the process of transpiration.
Okay. And ma'am, my second part of the question is, can we understand it through virtual lab?
Yes, definitely. See, virtual lab contains various type of practicals, various types of activity on this platform. You can not only perform the practical, you can also assess various forms of resources which are available on the platform, and a student can learn and understand better by using all these type of resources available.
Lovely. And where do we find these virtual labs? Are they free of cost?
Yes, definitely. These are free of cost. So to access virtual lab, go on any web browser and type diksha.gov.in. See, when you type diksha.gov.in, you will land on this kind of a page.
Okay.
So basically, this is the home page of Diksha. Diksha is basically a repository. It is basically one nation, one digital platform where a user can access various type of resources.
Oh.
It not only contains the books or the resources of NCERT, but also it contains various textbooks of the various state and UTs.
Very nice.
Also, in Diksha, you can see the focus area of Diksha is mentioned over here. This focus area contains the information related to the various amount of things, like it's related to Nipun Bharat, Bhasha Sangam, Jadui Pitara, and there is this one platform for education for all.
Okay.
And also, when a user go through the focus area of Diksha, by scrolling down a bit, a user can see a tab of virtual lab is given. Okay. When you click on the virtual lab tab, you will get directed to this kind of a page. This is the home page of virtual lab. When you scroll down a bit, you can see the various forms of e-content is mentioned over here. This is from the class 6 to class 12. All these resources are aligned with the NCERT textbook.
And ma'am, do we need to sign up?
Yes, yes. This requires one time of sign up process.
Okay.
With a registered mail ID or a mobile number, a user can register on this platform. After registration, simply a user need to log in with the mail ID, and with that a user can directly access this platform.
Okay. And here we have preferred language.
Yes, yes, we have here the content is in English and Hindi medium. When you click on any of the medium, you can see the various type of subjects are mentioned over here. This is for class 7, so you can see the science.
Okay.
And for class 12, you can see it's for physics, chemistry and biology. So I will click on science.
Okay.
When you click on science, you can see a page like this will appear. On the right side, you can see a table of content is given over here. This table of content basically contains all the experiments or all the activities which a teacher generally perform in the classroom or in the lab setting.
Okay.
So a student or teacher can go through these experiments and can perform in the virtual setup. So our today experiment is regarding stomata. So when you click on the any particular experiment, you can see the various kind of resources are given over here, like experiment resources, explanation resources and the learning resources. Click on any of the resource, you can see the various information is mentioned over here, like the theory part is also given over here. Student can go through this theory part. Like what actually is stomata. So today our experiment is about to absorb the stomata in leaf, and stomata are basically these minute pores which are present on the epidermis of leaf and also on the shoot. Regarding the functioning of stomata, see when it comes to the diagram of stomata, you can see there is this opening. This opening is basically the stomatal pore, and this is surrounded by this bean shaped bean kind of a structure, which is basically the guard cell. The opening and closing of stomata depend upon the turgidity of this guard cell, and in that guard cell you can see there is green dotted structure is there. They are basically the chloroplast. So regarding the cell wall, this cell wall is kind of a thick and flexible in nature, so it helpful in the opening and the closing of the stomata. So this is basically regarding the structure of stomata. Then also student can go through the procedure. In the procedure, the materials required to perform this particular experiment is mentioned over here. The procedure which a student need to perform in the real lab setting as well as in the simulated environment is mentioned over here. All these steps are clearly given, so there is no part of any confusion. A student can go through this procedure part before doing or before performing any particular experiment. Student can also watch these videos before doing any particular experiment. They can watch all these steps required to perform any particular experiment. And also these videos are very engaging, highly engaging, so this motivate a learner to perform that particular experiment.
Right.
And also we have this resources also given for the further studies. These resources are books and the websites. So for further studies, a student can also refer these resources as well.
Okay. So you will get extra content to practice.
Yes. And in the learning resource, when you click on the learning resource, you can see the simulated part of that particular experiment is mentioned over here, and also there is this self-evaluation tool. So let's perform the experiment in the virtual setting, and also learn how you can assess these platform, this virtual environment with the real world setting, how you can actually compare these both result and how you can actually understand any process or any phenomena well.
Okay, ma'am.
So I will simply change it into full screen for the proper visibility of the user.
Right. And we have a help box also.
Yes.
And
so okay, this is the simulated in part of the experiment.
Okay.
So here you can see on the right side on the stream top 3 buttons are given. One is reset, another one is help, and the third one is maximize.
Okay.
So as you can see on your screen, there are 3 type of leaves are shown over here. A student can select any leaf, and also they can select any leaf one after another and can compare the result of all these type of leaf.
Sure.
So I am selecting leaf of mango.
Okay.
So to perform the experiment, user need to tear that leaf into the 2 parts.
Okay.
Suppose a user that stuck somewhere and he or she don't know what next step he or she need to perform, then they can help from the help button. So it's giving me direction to drag and drop the forceps toward the leaf to peel from the lower epidermis. Now put that peel on the slide. After that also take help from the help button. It's asking me to drag and drop the dropper towards the last slide to pour some drop of water.
Okay.
Now gently put the cover slip on the last slide.
What is this cover slip, ma'am?
Cover slip is basically helpful to protect our whatever we are putting on the slide, whatever the peel we are putting. Also, this water is the mounting agent, helpful for proper visibility and also for helpful in not making that particular part dry.
Okay.
Now place that slide under the microscope and click. So whenever, even in the real world setting, you put any slide under the microscope, you can see whatever appears a little blurry type of structure appear.
Yes.
So this requires a little adjustment.
Okay.
So from coarse adjustment and from the fine adjustment, just try to adjust the microscope for the proper visibility. So as you can see, there is epidermal cell and the stomata is intact into this epidermal cell.
Okay.
This is the stomatal pore, this is the guard cells, and this guard cell contains the chloroplast. You can also increase the visibility into the high power. In the high power also try to adjust. Now I think our user can properly understand what actually is the structure of stomata. They can even count the number of stomata present by sliding and doing the little bit adjustment. Click on any part, it's quickly a screen will appear and it's kind of a evaluation what a user has understand up to this. So it's asking me what is this particular part. So basically this is the epidermal cell.
Okay.
Now what is this? These are the guard cells. And now the third part, this is the stomatal pore. In this way, a user can perform this particular experiment, can select any leaf of petunia and perform and follow the same steps which are required to perform any particular experiment.
Okay. So, we are through with this experiment, ma'am?
Yes.
All right.
And with this, students can also go through the self-evaluation part.
Okay.
So basically these self-evaluation questions contain certain MCQs. These MCQs which are given over here can be taken by teachers as well in the classroom to check the students' understanding, and also this also motivates the student to learn better, and if they think they skip out some part, they can anytime go back and perform that particular experiment and learn better. So, for example, the first question is what is stomata? So, what is stomata? So, stomata are basically these minute pores found on the epidermis of the leaves. Check whether this answer is correct or not and move to the next question. So, what are the guard cells? Although I know it is a pair of a bean shaped structure. For example, suppose I click on any wrong question and check. So, it will instantly give me a feedback, no, this is a wrong question, either I will click on the source solution or I can anytime retry that particular question.
Okay.
Now, the closing of stomata is reduced due to the rate of transpiration and the amount of carbon dioxide entering in the leaf. The opening and closing of stomata take place due to, it is because of the turgidity, because the turgor pressure that changes the shape of the guard cells. Check. Now, which of this is the function of stomata? Basically, it facilitates the carbon dioxide uptake, water is released through the stomata, it maintains the moisture balance. So, basically a stomata perform all of this type of function. Now, when do the guard cells become flaccid? When they lose water. The stomatal pore closes at night due to the reduce in the rate of transpiration. The turgidity of a cell surrounded by water increases, the wall pressure will also increases. And what is the main function of guard cells? Now, the main function of guard cell is they basically control the opening and closing of the stomatal pore. So, at the end, basically identify the correct labeled part in the particular figure. So, basically the opening of the stomata is the stomatal pore or stomata. So, the first thing is stomatal pore. Now, the second thing, what is this? In the bean kind of a structure, what are these dotted part? These are basically the chloroplast. They are helpful in capturing the light and energy. So, the second thing is chloroplast. Now, what is this bean kind of a structure? This bean kind of a structure is basically the guard cell. I will check whether this is correct or not and finish the self-evaluation question. Also, students can check, and in case of any wrong question, they can also check whether what is actually the solution of that particular question.
Right.
So, these are all the various kind of resources which are available on the virtual setup. A student can go through all these resources. See, regarding the theoretical aspect, most of the time in the real world classroom also we have seen the teacher are not having the theoretical aspect, or they are not having the lab manuals. So, a teacher can use this lab manual to perform that particular setup, and also with the help of these videos, a teacher can play this video in the classroom. This not only make student to learn the all the steps which are required to perform perform that particular experiment. They also motivate and engage the user to perform that particular experiment.
That's
For
right.
the further studies, there are various kind of resources, and with this the student can also perform this particular experiment. And in the experiment, as you have seen, the various kind of leaf are given, so the student can take one leaf, then another leaf, and the third leaf, and with this they can make a table, can compare the result. So how actually the position or the shape or the number of stomata varies in these three kind of the leaf. So this is all about the how you can observe stomata in leaf.
Absolutely. And you've already told us that there is more reference material available, and of course then you can also give your feedback regarding this entire simulation, what you like, what you didn't like, and what more you would like to get included on the page. So that was our simulation, demonstration of simulation to show stomata in leaves. We understood its function, we understood its shape and how it works, and as ma'am said, by taking different leaves you can also compare and record your observations. Now I have to thank ma'am for her wonderful contribution to the session. Ma'am, thank you so much for showing us this very nicely, and I just want to tell all my viewers that this is not just the ending, because you know we always tell you that there's a lot more that comes your way, and you can always look for different experiments and different simulations, because virtual lab is a platform where actually you can learn more. And tomorrow also we will bring you another simulation, and for that I just request everybody to please tune in, because it's important that you not only watch these experiments but also understand that these are for your benefit. Secondly, of course, I would like to tell you what's coming tomorrow. Today we are finished with the simulation for class 7, but tomorrow we will bring you a simulation for class 10 chemistry students. Yes, it's going to be demonstration of simulation on chemical reactions. Please stay tuned, give your feedback, and for the moment I'm wrapping up this session, and let me give you quick updates regarding textbooks also. See, we performed a simulation for class 7, and textbooks for class 7 and class 4 are available on Amazon, Flipkart and NCERT website. Please make sure that you purchase them from there and start studying. And as far as the virtual labs are concerned, do tune in, because we expect your calls and messages and relevant questions so that we can improve upon the content, and you can compare all these simulations to your 7th class textbooks as well. Now it's time for me to tell you about the schedule, what's all coming ahead during the day. So we're through with our session on virtual labs, and in a short while from now you can watch a session on inclusive classrooms, where the topic is going to be the case of the 5th word under the subject English. From 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. we are bringing you this week an online training program specially meant for teachers, where we are learning about artificial intelligence and machine learning. 2 p.m. is the time for our Urdu session, where we are going to have topic football. 2:30 p.m. is the time for our English sessions, and we will be learning about best friends. Yes, 3 p.m. we will bring you a session of mathematics, where we have this amazing topic for you right there in front of you. And 3:30 p.m. is the time for Hindi, and of course Mithaiyon ka Sammelan. That's going to be an amazing topic. 4 to 5 p.m. is the time for our another online training program, and we are talking about device and network security this week. Today is going to be day 2 of the training session, and we will end the day with our session Sahyog, where the topic will be mirror within, and we will be exploring thoughts, emotions and the self. With this, it's a wrap. This is me, Harpreet Kaur, taking leave of you, and will join you soon. Namaskar.